What's good, guys? Happy New Year and welcome to this Pokemon X and Pokemon Y Wi-Fi battle double header. Yeah, alright, so I don't feel like recording Victory Fire today, so I figured I'd give you guys a double header, which is pretty much just two battles instead of one. And yeah, they were pretty good battles against a guy called Sean, so hopefully you guys will enjoy them and hope you guys have had a happy New Year. First off, I'd just like to say thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers. That's freaking crazy. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And yeah, let's just get into the battle. I'll talk about that maybe a little bit at the end. So, Sean's getting off with his Greninja, gonna go for the U-turn on my Heliolisk, which is my standard lead. And it does a hell of a lot, considering it's U-turn, and usually Greninjas aren't like, well, I don't know, it just did a lot, and I was kind of surprised. But, expecting the Dark Pulse, I actually went for the Focus Blast, and that's gonna allow me to kill off his Diggersby on the first turn. I guess he was expecting me to go for the Volt Switch, thinking he could kill me with the Quick Attack on the next turn, but nope, I just went right for the Focus Blast. And, yeah. So go out into Lucario, gonna go into my Aegislash, predicting the extreme speed. And, luckily for me, that does pay off, and he doesn't Mega Evolve and go for something crazy like Vacuum Wave or something, which, either way, that wouldn't work either, but still. So it goes out to Gyarados as I go for the Swords Dance. And, Gyarados does have the Intimidate, so it is going to make it so I only get +1 from my Swords Dance, because I was at -1 from the Intimidate. Here I predicted him to Mega Evolve, so I go for the Sacred Sword. Doesn't pay off, obviously, as he doesn't Mega Evolve, and it's not very effective damage, so that sort of sucked, but got off some chip damage, and I get to go for a Shadow Sneak, and bring it down to a very decent range of HP, before sacking my Aegislash to an Earthquake. That was a good play on his part, I guess, just to, like, stay in, I suppose. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, I'm gonna go out to my Garchomp, because it's Choice Scarf. I know I can threaten this thing, as he's gonna go out into his he's gonna go to his own Aegislash, gonna go for the Dragon Claw. I had no reason to over-predict, so I just went for the Dragon Claw safely. And I'm going to decide to switch out and go out into my Blastoise, because this is my physical tank, as he's going to actually perform a double, and go out into his Gyarados, which is honestly fine with me, because this is a defensive Blastoise, so I can take this thing on, and just hit it with like a Toxic, and whittle it down over the time. So he's going to switch out and go into his Greninja. I'm going to go for the Scald. I think I was just like looking for the burn, and just to kill that thing off, so go for the Scald, intended for the Gyarados, actually hits the Greninja, and does a decent chunk, does not get the burn, unfortunately, as he's able to hit me with a Dark Pulse. And luckily for my opponent, he does get a critical hit. So yeah, that sort of sucked for me. I was kind of like that, I thought that did way too much, but it's like that was a crit, so alright. Maybe it's got a Toxic off, which is pretty good, because I have this thing on the timer now, because it has Life Orb, so it's going to take 10%, and it also is Toxic, so it's going to be losing health every turn. Goes for the Dark Pulse. I kind of predicted that and went out into my Conkeldurr, knowing that I could take it. And I pretty much threatened him with a Mach Punch, as he's going to go out into his Gyarados. I believe I go for the Bulk Up, predicting the switch. Or no, I go for a Payback, just predicting him to go back to his Aegislash, I think. So, does I kill that? I don't think so. So, I'm going to go for the Earthquake, and it is not going to knock me out, so I am going to eat up my Citrus Berry, get 30% of my health back, and I am able to go for the Bulk Up, ensuring I can definitely live like any attack he wants to go for. I think he maybe expected me to go out in something else, because he went for the Earthquake, and yeah, that didn't really matter. So, goes for the Waterfall at +1 defense. I can definitely take it. Go for a Drain Punch, and I can see that from that range, a Drain Punch, Mach Punch combo is going to be able to knock out this Gyarados. So, I'm going to go for the Mach Punch on the next turn and KO this thing, which is good, because this thing was sort of annoying with its constant intimidation of my Pokemon. So he's going to go out into his Aegislash, and yeah, I hadn't killed that thing yet. So here I predicted him to go for the Swords Dance, because he's still in, I expected him to stay in shield form. So actually goes for this Sacred Sword, does a lot of damage, and now I go for the Payback, expecting him to want to go for a Shadow Sneak, figuring I could perhaps live, because I do have +2 defense, and he's at stock. So yeah, he goes for Swords Dance now, after going for the King Shield, bringing me to minus attack. And I'm just going to go for a Payback again, and get off some damage, bring it down to over half HP, which is fantastic. So, actually, it activates his weakness policy, which is scary, because, I mean, +2 attack, +2 special attack. It's a good thing Aegislash is not fast. That's all I'm going to say. So he's going to knock me out with the Shadow Sneak. That's cool. I'm going to go out into my Heliolisk, knowing that he has to either go for the Sacred Sword, or just, like, King Shield and go for Sword Stance and stuff. Because there's nothing, like, he can't outspeed me. And I can just hit him with Thunderbolts and eventually knock him out. He has to go for the Sacred Sword, because he has Shadow Sneak, King Shield, and Sword Stance. So I pretty much baited that out. I got off a decent chunk of damage. Unfortunately, I do not kill. He has like a little bit of HP left. I'm gonna get knocked out by the Sacred Sword. And yeah, go into my Garchomp. Because I threatened with the Earthquake as he goes for a Shadow Sneak, and this does about half. Maybe a little, actually that's way more than that. That's about 65%. So he's gonna get knocked out by the rough skin of my Garchomp. And I go out into his Greninja. I think he may have thought he outsped me here, but I am packing Choice Scarf Garchomp, so I'm able to knock him out with an Earthquake. And yeah, that's good stuff. So goes out into his Mamoswine, and Mamoswine just pretty much kills the rest of my team. So he goes for a Night Shard, does knock me out. I do have Blastoise though. I probably could have went out to that predicting the Ice Shard, but whatever, it's Life Orb, so it probably would have done a lot. Go out into my Blastoise. Luckily, again for my opponent, he scores a critical hit on my Blastoise. I don't know if I could have lived that, really. I am max HP, max defense, but this is a Life Orb, more than likely Adamant Mamoswine. So I don't know, I didn't run any calcs or anything. Anyway, he's gonna go for the Ice Crash on my Trevenant, which is my last Pokemon. And it's gonna knock me out, and that's pretty much gonna seal the game in his favor because that was my last Pokemon. So that is the first of our double header against Sean. We're gonna head up and do another one. And yeah, let's just get into this thing because why not? So, alright. This time Sean is going to lead off with his Greninja yet again. And yeah, Greninja is a pretty standard lead. It's fast, it can U-turn, it can change its type. Going to lead off with my physical defensive Rotom. And I'm going to pretty much just take this, take that U-turn a lot better than my Heliolisk did in the last battle. It's going to go out into his Ferrothorn, and predicting that I went for like a Volt Switch, or predicting him to go for a U-turn, or just go for a Volt Switch. And I get myself some nice early game momentum. Gonna go out into my Garchomp, and I pretty much just wanted to scare this thing out, because I do pack the Fire Blast, and I guess he pretty much expected that, because he went out into his Azumarill. So I'm gonna go for a Fire Blast. It was pretty much just to scare out that Ferrothorn, because I don't want to deal with it. So yeah, I go into my Venusaur, pretty much walls Azumarill now, because if it Mega Evolves, it if Azumarill is still packing Ice Punch, it just resists it. So I mean, yeah. So I'm going to predict him to switch out into his Ferrothorn on my Venusaur, knowing that he can wall me, so I'm going to double switch, go into my Heliolisk, hit this thing with a nice Focus Blast, get off a hell of a lot of damage, as he's going to go for a Stealth Rock, probably predicting me to switch. I honestly had no reason to, because I mean, I have Focus Blast. So I'm going to go for Thunderbolt and finish off that Ferrothorn. So I played around that thing a little bit nicely, and yeah, it's definitely good for me. So, goes on now into his Greninja. Going to stay in here with my Heliolisk and take an Ice Beam. I'm actually going to live at like 10 HP. And I'm going to be able to go for a Volt Switch. So, get off a decent chunk of damage. Don't quite kill it. It's got like 1 HP. So that sort of sucks. But I am able to go into my Venusaur. I am going to Mega Evolve on this turn. I didn't get to Mega Evolve last time because I actually double switched with my Venusaur. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, become Mega Venusaur, get nice and bulky. And then I'm going to go for a Giga Drain as he goes for a Dark Pulse. Which doesn't do that much, it's about 50 HP. I am max HP, max special defense Venusaur, so I am able to take attacks like that pretty well. He's going to go out to his Nidoking, predicting the Earth Power. I am going to go out into my Rotom, because there's no reason for him to go for Fire Blast or Ice Beam. I could potentially live that with Thick Fat. Thunderbolt's not going to do a lot, and that's generally the standard Nidoking set with Earth Power. So he's going to go for Thunderbolt. It does a very decent chunk to my Rotom, but I am able to knock this thing out with a Hydro Pump. And, yeah, pretty much take out, well, could have been a threat. I like Nidoking a lot, actually. I need to get one of those, but, yeah, Nidoking's a cool Pokemon. He's gonna go out into his Liepard, and he's like, oh, no. I know how Liepard works, and, luckily for me, he's actually not the annoying Liepard. He's actually a physical attacking one, which is great to see. I mean, it's better than seeing the, usual T-Wave Swagger substitute foul play set, which is just annoying. So he actually has a copycat, which is pretty cool. He's gonna copy my Will-O-Wisp and actually hit my Rotom with the Will-O-Wisp, as I'm gonna Volt Switch, do a hell of a lot to that thing. That's a pretty reasonable amount of damage. I think I'm gonna go to my Excadrill, and I was being a bit of a jerk here, and was looking for the Rapid Spin kill. But as you guys are gonna see, this thing is actually Life Orbed, so it's gonna die to Life Orb Recoil, and it's not going into yeah, die to Rapid Spin, and I'm not gonna be able to get my Rapid Spin off. But he goes out to his Emerald. I know I'm going to outspeed that, so I go for Rapid Spin. And here he reveals something that scared me as well. He goes for the Belly Drum, revealing himself to be the Belly Aqua Jet set of Azumarill, which is scary. Alright, that's scary. And it goes for an Aqua Jet's gonna obviously take out my Excadrill. I did get away his rocks though, so it does let me switch a little bit more. As I go to my Garchomp, and I was like, Garchomp's bulky. It can live, and it does with 7 HP. As I go for the Earthquake, and I am able to knock this thing. I knew he had to attack me. He had to go for the Aqua Jet. He couldn't go for Play Rough because he wouldn't outspeed me. But if he went for Play Rough, he probably would have taken out my Garchomp while losing his Azumarill as well. If he lived the Earthquake, I don't know if he would have, but I don't know if that rough skin damage really played a factor. So he's down to his last Pokemon, which is Vaporeon. I do have my Venusaur. I do have my my Rotom W, so I'm not too afraid. He's going to take me out here with the Scald, get a crit, clearly mattered, and gonna get his health back with the Wish. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna help me seal up the game, honestly, because I am able to go out into my Venusaur and just kill this thing with 2 Giga Drains. So that's it. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this battle. Thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers. That's absolutely freaking crazy. I didn't expect to ever get that much, so I'm really happy. And yeah, I'll just continue to grow, I guess, like, I suppose. Yeah, I'll just continue to grow, and that's pretty much it. So here's to a great 2014, or hopefully a great 2014. And yeah, just, again, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing if you have, and I'll see you guys next time.